Managing stress, severe anxiety, scarcity mentality. A Course in Miracles helps us quite a bit if you really dive into it with our inner strength, how to how to tap into it when we need it, how to avoid thinking that we're lacking, the scarcity mentality, how to begin spiritual awakening. Managing stress is important when you're thinking that you're up against the wall with problems in life that you're so desperately trying to overcome. It could be demands that you're dealing with in life, such as marital or relationship problems, career decisions, financial pressures, perhaps weight loss, or anything that's threatening your inner power to cope. Hello, everyone. This is James Nussbaumer. And when I was released from prison, as I say in the first book of my ever developing series called The Master of Everything, as I go on to tell the story in this book, after 8 long years of being in prison for a foolish securities violation, there was certainly quite a bit of quality time needed for me once I was released to unwind and to really to unravel myself as well, both physically and mentally. The stress due to severe anxiety is intense and takes a serious toll on the body. I could feel my muscles knotted and kinked and twisted up like a rope. You know, the kind of rope you'd see on a boat dock, tightly binding the boat. I knew I needed a managing stress treatment program with a caring, maybe massage therapist for a while who could professionally knead out or iron out and, limber up this taut rope, so to speak. Not to mention another type of professional that I may need, another therapist who I could sit and talk with and who would help me with some of the mental knots going on inside my mind. It's my own right-mindedness that was telling me managing stress will be helpful as well. This is also why, while I was in prison, I'd take myself often to that quiet area in my mind and simply listen for guidance. A Course in Miracles teaches us the one teacher is in all minds, and he teaches the same lesson to all of us. The Holy Spirit's always teaching us of the unlimited sharing capabilities that are infinite in each of us. What is the Holy Spirit? Well, it's up to interpretation for all of us, but it really comes down to it's you. It's your inner divine guidance system, the real you behind the ego, the real you that never dies. As the whole Son of God, all of us, or some may like to say the whole child of God, but in traditional terms, we are kind of stuck with the Son of God. But in all its wholeness, the Son of God, we have an inestimable worth. Those who attack do not know how blessed they are. We must give and receive of the abundance that we each have, and avoiding all the judgments and the attack thoughts that are out there aimed at us that cause stress. We each have areas of inner strength, and another individual can use that another individual can benefit from us just by seeing the inner strength in us. Because when you are showing and displaying that inner strength about you by not passing judgment and not targeting attack thoughts towards any situation or a group of individuals or an individual, that extends outward, and it's shown as strength, and it's absorbed by the people that are looking at you. So let's not dwell on the illusions of a scarcity mentality, or we will perceive ourselves as lacking in all ways. This scarcity mentality is identified as the ego itself, which is an illusion. The ego is not real. It's something we made up, a thought system that thinks it's separate from the one mind of God. The ego doesn't believe that it is responsible for itself and when it's being out of accord, and clearly doesn't trust anyone or anything. The ego just can't trust. It's always judging and doubting and condemning. Sound familiar? It's in us all. The ego doesn't realize truth as all there is to real life, and why it likes to make life seem difficult. Try this little known stress relief. I call it a 3-step technique for managing stress in a spiritual awakening way. First of all, it's very simple. And by the way, before I give you this technique, this video is from a corresponding blog at my blog site. So if you're at YouTube watching this, in the description box down below, there's a link to this corresponding blog where you can read this exercise and put the pieces together a little better. But here's the technique. It's a 3-step spiritual awakening technique that I used, that I've made up, written myself, but influenced through the lessons of A Course in Miracles. Here's step 1. In quietness for managing stress when it seems to hit you, and often hard at times, try to go beyond the illusion of your dreaming, ego-based mind and go directly to your source. I'll read step 1 again. In quietness for managing stress when it seems to hit you, try to go beyond the illusion of your ego. Try to go to your real source, directly to your source, and relax there. Step 2, I have found that this quiet time, and I'm asking you to do the same, to be considered as a meditation or a prayer if you prefer. A successful way to communicate with everyone around the world as a whole. Yes, communicating with everyone around the world as a whole in this quiet time. Step 3, yes, we can connect directly with the whole child of God. So step 3 is to understanding that beyond the ego, where you're at beyond the ego, you can directly connect with the whole child of God, the Son of God if you prefer, or many like to say the universe. A Course in Miracles uses the term sonship, which includes all of these terms. And A Course in Miracles states the sonship is our one-mindedness, which is in direct union with God, our source for life. After you've done these 3 steps, try to get to that place often. Try to set up a time maybe in the mornings before you get out of bed while you're laying there in bed, or before going to bed at night, or perhaps at lunchtime during the middle of the day. But try to get to that place beyond your own projections that keep you separate from the whole Son of God, or what keep you separate from the universe, if that is more understandable to you. Remember, it's the illusory projections that cause us to think we are lacking that help stress to haunt the human body. Each one of us is the will of God, if we can remember that. Our true free will involves expressing this. Expressing our true free will, it means that we're expressing that we are the will of God. Do not accept anything else, or you will be adding more stress by denying what you are. By denying this, you will believe that attack is inevitable, and in order that you, as well as others, may attain their purpose in life, or their free will, or their goals and dreams. This is where we get the idea, the idea of a dog-eat-dog world, or the term life's a bitch, then we die. Sound familiar? This kind of thinking is why you must learn to communicate beyond the ego, which is the body. In other words, going over or beyond its illusory superiority over you. Another great practice for getting where you want to be that I've also have the link included at my blog that I highly suggest is the Deep Sleep Now system by an author that has done a tremendous job, and I strongly suggest that system for bringing to you what it is you want and getting rid of what you don't want in the world. Either way, how you practice coping with what you do not want rather than what you do indeed do want in your life, try to see that the love of God as never-ending resources. Yes, the love of God is one huge whole pack of resources, abundant for your needs in living a life of purpose, free will, and true freedom. You are inferior to nothing in your realness, in your true reality. This abundance is natural and is created by us all as a whole, as oneness, and is ready to be received by us individually simply by asking what we need. When you go to this quiet place in your mind and you feel you're in need of something to accomplish these goals that are true to your heart, simply by asking your inner divine guide, which is really yourself, whole with the universe. Ask the universe, state to the universe what it is that is needed, and it will show up. Someone may enter your life unexpectedly with help that's been long intended to come your way. There are no requirements, though, such as sacrificing in one area to receive in another. So don't feel that you have to worry about sacrifice. Be whole, be complete. If you want to say sacrifice of anything, yes, sacrificing the ego by letting go of it. That connects you with the whole, the universe. Your brothers, your sisters are a part of you. When I say your brothers/sisters, I'm meaning everyone out there in the world beyond their body, beyond their ego. That who they are connected with you. The peace and joy that you are capable of is rooted in understanding this. You will begin to see creation as wholly real, wholly perfect. I mean holy as in oneness whole, WHOLLY, wholly real, holy as in oneness perfect, and holy as in oneness desirable. When you are managing stress by placing your scarcity mentality, the ego, behind you. In my series of books and blogs, I write about firsthand examples of creation and creativity in your own life through miracles that exemplify the wholeness of the sonship in action, the universe in action. You will learn that you lack nothing. However, you may simply not be drawing from this abundance in the area in which you think that you lack. You may have been blind to the fact that the sonship or the universe has an infinite supply waiting for you. The sonship wants you. The universe wants you to have it all. The universe wants you to have what you need to accomplish your true free will. Whatever you believe is missing is ready and willing to be given to you, but you must be ready and willing to receive this offering. Please note that if you've enjoyed this thought-provoking content, this thought-provoking video, but feel you were left a little short and you're still coping with stress and want to learn a little bit more, there is another blog at the website in the link down below of this YouTube video that I will link you to that is a related article that may help as well with this. So if you've enjoyed this video, please click the subscribe button here at YouTube and subscribe to my channel. If you'd like to subscribe to my Everyday Miracles Mastermind newsletter, the link to my safe website is also in the description box down below. It's at the blog. You'll find out how to sign up for the newsletter there and what my newsletter, my mastermind newsletter, is about. It's where we, you and I, you the reader and I the author, bring our mind together for self-success and a better world. Now I hope you're deciding to live in this world by managing stress, coping with stress, leaving a scarcity mentality behind. Thank you for listening. And before I leave, I always like to say, I hope that you're realizing your own natural gifts. When you can realize your own natural gifts, that also helps you to manage stress in a way. Extend that onto others. I wish the best for you. Please connect with me on Facebook and Twitter. Thanks again. God bless.